What's up, guys? Jacob Ober here. We haven't really talked about the Brewers a whole lot lately on this channel. The last time I talked about them, I believe, was back in December when the Domingo Santana trade was announced. Since then, though, we did sign Yasmani Grandal. I did make a video on the Grandal signing a little bit after it happened because I was on vacation when he was signed, so I didn't really have time to get a video out right away. But in this video, I want to discuss something else. And this might be a little bit of a controversial opinion of mine, but I've heard a lot of talk about trading for a guy like maybe Madison Bumgarner or Corey Kluber or something, or adding another piece to this rotation, maybe signing a Dallas Keuchel in free agency or something. You know what? In my opinion, even though I would like to have an ace or get an ace at some point this offseason, I don't think it's really necessary. I don't think it's as necessary as a lot of people think it is. And the reason why I think that is because I honestly believe there is an ace somewhere within the Brewers organization right now that can have ace level value this very year. I don't know who that player is yet. It could very well be Jimmy Nelson, who's returning from injury. It could be Brandon Woodruff, who had a fantastic postseason last year. Maybe it's Freddie Peralta, who still needs to develop a little bit, I think, but yeah, he still has plenty of potential. There's plenty of options out there right now for the Brewers. And obviously, Jhoulys Chacin, in my opinion, towards the end of the season, pitched at an ace level. So, to me, I mean, I feel like, do we really need an ace? I mean, the way the Brewers worked last year was if your starter could get at least about 5 innings, you turn it over to the bullpen, you're usually going to win as long as you had a lead at that point. So, I don't really see an overwhelming need for an ace, even though I think it would really help the rotation, and I hope that they do go and get it. I don't really think that it's as big of a deal as a lot of people make it out to be. Now, obviously, the Brewers, as close as they got last year, I understand the fans wanting another player like that, like another pitcher, really, really badly. I understand why they really want that. Maybe they think that they can get that a player like that can get us over the edge, and maybe it could. But I just don't think that it's as big of a deal as a lot of people think it is. Like I said, I think there's an ace on this team. I honestly do. I don't know who it is right now, but I think there's somebody on the team. Maybe, I forgot to mention earlier, Corbin Burnes as well. Like, he's a guy who they said last year he was in the bullpen. They said coming into this year he would be a starter. So I expect him to be a starter this year. So maybe he's the guy who ends up being the ace. Who knows? But I honestly believe, I think there's plenty of options here. There's a lot of potential with a lot of these guys. I think there is legitimately an ace on this team. And like I said, I mean, Jhoulys Chacin, if he has a season like he did last year, I mean, that was pretty close to ace-level pitching we saw at the end of last season, with the exception of Game 7. And you know what? Sometimes that just happens, a game like that. I don't really fault Chacin for the way he pitched in Game 7. He gave up the 2-run bomb, I think. I think that was all he actually gave up. They took him out after that, but I don't fault him for that, because pitching is still very unpredictable. Even if you're on a really good hot streak with your pitching, you can still have blow-up starts like that. So I'm not too concerned about that. And I think that's what a lot of people are kind of missing too. I think a lot of people, you look at Game 7, they say, well, if we had an ace in that game, we would have won it. Maybe so, but aces can still blow up sometimes. Aces can still get shelled. I mean, look what we did to Clayton Kershaw in Game 1 of the NLCS. He's an ace, right? And I'm sure we'd all love to have Clayton Kershaw on our team. So I think my point is, hope for an ace, maybe, but don't get too caught up into it. Because I see a lot of fans right now getting really, really, impatient with the Brewers' inactivity on that front. And honestly, if it doesn't come, I don't really see I don't see a reason to get upset over that. I know a lot of fans will definitely get upset if the Brewers don't get an ace one way or the other this offseason, or at least add another starter to the rotation. But, like I said, I think there is an ace on this team right now. I don't think it's an overwhelming need, even though I would like it. I don't know exactly if it would be something that would push us over the edge or not, because the team's strength this year is the bullpen. The bullpen last year was the strength. I don't really see it changing all that much next year. Jeffress is an all-star. Corey Knebel is an all-star level pitcher. Josh Hader is one of the best relievers in the game. That trio, if you can get to the 7th, 8th, 9th with those guys every night, you should be able to keep winning ball games the way they did last year. So that's all I really have to say about the matter, though. I really wanted to address this because it's just something that I've really noticed over the past few weeks. People are just really getting impatient. And keep in mind, the Brewers didn't make the Kane and the Yelich deals until, I think, January 25th of last year. it's January 14th right now, so we're not even to that point where the Brewers made their big splashes last offseason. So just hold on for a little while. If it doesn't happen, don't get too upset over it, because I really do trust what David Stearns and this front office is doing right now. And if they don't think there's an overwhelming need to get an ace, then so be it. And, if the asking price is too much, I trust that they're not going to be pulling the trigger. And I don't think they're going to with a guy like Madison Bumgarner, because I think they said they wanted one of the Brewers' top-level pitchers as well as Corey Ray. I'm not a fan of that at all. I don't think the Brewers should give up Corey Ray or one of their top-level pitchers. But I might be open to giving up just Ray for Bumgarner, maybe something else in there, but not one of the top-level pitchers like Woodruff or Peralta or Burns. I don't want to give up any of those guys. But anyways, guys, so that's all I have to say in this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Should the Brewers go out and sign an ace? Do they need one this year, or are you content with them just staying as they are right now? Do you think they can get further next year than they were last year with just the roster they have right now, if you believe that there's an ace on the team? So anyways, guys, so thanks for watching. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time, and I'll update you with any more Brewers free agency or trade news as the offseason progresses.